From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, time once again for The Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV. Back at the bar, back at Tommy Max, and brought to you by our friends at TruckCrashLaw.com. Got a great show lined up for you today. We're going to talk about something that I may not know what they're talking about, but we're going to figure it out. Let's welcome in the panel and say hello to Alicia Stobbe. How are you, my friend? Welcome back.
Thanks. Great to
We
see
go
you.
back a long ways. Cat's out of the bag, but great to have you on the show. You've been in the mortgage business. You're a Millions mortgage mentor. You're doing a lot of consulting, but how'd you get started in the mortgage industry?
Oh, goodness. I liked houses, and I liked numbers and people, and I thought, oh, this could be fun.
Yeah. And you've done it
20 years later.
20 years later.
Yeah.
And you've written books that have been very successful. You've been done a great job within the industry.
I'm fortunate.
How about somebody that's looking to enter into that industry? What would you say to them?
Wow, what a fun time, 2023. It's a very exciting time. The people who are going to survive now and thrive, they'll do very well in the future.
Yeah. They say 24 should be even better, right? 23, 24. Good. Great to have you on the show.
Thank you.
As always, James Lamke's back. Hey, James.
Good to see you, sir.
How you doing, man?
Doing good.
What's happening with Robert Half? Anything good?
Just a crazy market we live in.
Yeah. We're talking about, what are we talking about today? The G chats, would you call them?
ChatGPT.
Chat, yeah. I'm a bartender, of course. You obviously got to deal with a lot of that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the new hot thing?
It really is, and you know, it's the evolution of artificial intelligence, right? It's the ability to really do anything you want at your fingertips. I mean, you hear these stories coming out of coders using it to write code. I mean, who was it? Ryan Reynolds wrote an entire commercial with ChatGPT. So it gives you the autonomy to really elevate whatever it is, kind of content or what you're trying to do in a different way. Yeah. And it's really the future. I mean, AI is really the future of what we have to bring, and I think it's going to elevate not only how we operate as a country, as a business unit, but also, you know, it's going to elevate the education we're going to be given to the up-and-coming leaders of tomorrow to what's going to affect business in the future. Yeah,
that's wild, man. It's going to keep going.
Yeah,
keep going over my head is what I'm talking about. All right, let's welcome in Teresa. Hey, girl. How are you? Welcome back from Parenting Bites, correct?
Yes, sir.
Tell us what you're doing over there.
So I work with children and families who are not meeting developmental milestones.
Okay.
So we get on the floor and work with them to make sure that they are, train the parents and ensure that everybody's on board to make sure that these babies meet those milestones and thrive.
All like motor skill type things, like hitting those kind of hurdles or what?
Motor skills, communication, self-help skills, dressing themselves, feeding themselves, toilet training, you name it.
Oh, wow. That's from soup to nuts.
You have the hard job.
Yeah, no doubt. How long have you been doing that for, Teresa?
Gosh. I've been certified as a behavior analyst for more than 12 years.
Okay.
So I've been doing it, certified for more than 10 years, but I've been doing it for about maybe 12, 13 years.
Okay.
Before that.
Well, how'd you catch the bug for that? How'd you get into that? What made that exciting for you?
I worked in juvenile justice, and it was really frustrating because after putting my heart and soul into these children, then they go back to the same environment and they, commit crimes again, and they end up in the system again, and it just felt like a kick to my gut every time that happened.
Right.
So I thought maybe I should start. So I started with the school system.
Cool.
And then I was like, oh, it's not the school, because I blamed the schools, right?
Yeah.
So then I realized it really wasn't, the parents needed to be involved, and they don't know what they don't know.
Right.
So I thought if I start at birth, maybe I can make a better impact.
Making a difference.
Yes.
That's awesome. Thanks for doing that. Thanks for being here. Yeah. Hey, Jody, how are you? Welcome back. You're in the physical therapy world. You've been doing that a while? Long time? 30 years. Wow. How'd you get started?
Went to school, graduated, came down to Jacksonville from the Midwest,
Okay.
and have never left.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither.
tendency.
Why would we do it? It's the best,
Doesn't
right?
let you.
Right. Well, where's your brick and mortar
No.
shop? Or
So
are you all
actually,
online,
I'm
all
private.
digital?
So I worked corporate sports medicine for 8 years, and then went on my own, and been going ever since.
Okay.
2013, started really working with some NFL guys. So that's pretty much traveling, starting now, working with guys privately throughout the seasons. And
all injuries are terrible, but if you picked one that you like fixing or finding a solution for making better, what would it be?
all of them.
All of them.
Because
well, some you need surgery, right? So you can't fix
so you
those,
do, but you do the best you can. I think like evolution you're talking about, like
Yep.
understanding the body, like understanding it better than what we used to is really important. And what we're taught in school is A plus B equals C, but we're finding out it's really not.
Yeah.
So to get an athlete who's gone and seen different doctors and therapists and tried different treatments to get them and look at them through my lens and being able to progress them and help them and fix them is amazing.
Yeah, I had 2 pretty significant injuries, and PT, you have to rehab. I mean, people that don't rehab, you're like, man, you're killing yourself. You know, at certain injuries, you have to rehab it to make it better.
It's a team sport.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll do my part, you got to do your part.
Yeah, no question about it. Great to have you on the show, for sure. All right, I got a question for the entire panel here. Just evolution of business. We talked about it a little bit. The chats, the automation. Where do you see it going? Do you like where it's at today? Again, I'll start with you, James. What do you think?
Love where it's at today. It's like when Google came out, right? We went from book knowledge to any knowledge, right? And now the way that technology
no
has
more
evolved,
library cards.
I mean, that's kind of where it's going. But I mean, the way that business has evolved and the way that organizations are having to look at where we're at, where we're going, how we're going to get there, automation, data, things like AI are what's going to drive that. And even as you look at the various businesses we have here, it's going to affect all of us, right? It's going to be able to provide more solutions for you. It's going to be able to provide more counseling for you, the parents of the children you work with, right? Because they're going to be able to get the answers to the questions that they don't know instead of just Google and Wikipedia. Now you have a bot that can go out there and actually analyze the data and reproduce something back to you at the hit of enter. Right, it's literally that fast. So it's really going to change how we do things. And then for what you do, I mean, you've wrote many books, right? You know, writer's block is gone. Right. Here's my book. Here's what it's about. Here's the synopsis. I need a title. There we go. You know, so it's going to be able to evolve and create solutions like that. And it's really created a tech bubble. I mean, now there's, you know, you've got ChatGPT and OpenAI's running that with Elon Musk and these folks. But as that evolves and moves, now they're creating them. You want a website? Here's my stipulations. It'll build that website for you. So it's really going to change how we operate, and then it's also going to elevate how we educate the kids that are coming up for tomorrow.
Alicia, in the mortgage world, data's like everything, right? So you know where you're at and you know where your target is and how to attack it or lay off it a little bit or come back, however it works. How do you feel about everything?
I think it's really exciting. I think it's fun, fascinating. There's so many ways you can use it, from data analysis, as you mentioned, to writing code. I mean, it's so much diversification. My only concern would be that we don't lose our critical thinking skills.
Right. That's Well, I feel like we've lost a little bit of the person-to-person contact. I don't think our generation, but the younger ones, they text. They barely even talk to each other. They're like texting the whole time. Like, why don't you just go say hello? But that's part of it, right? You know, and we got to get past that. But AI could definitely help with behavioral, right? To help with the children and the parents, right? You could do it through AI and virtual, if you will.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Maybe even the metaverse at some point, you know, where that comes into play. I'm just learning about that. But how about you? How do you feel in your line of work? You like where it's going, or?
I do. I really do, because, you know, I keep telling people there are not enough of us doing what we do to go around. I mean, every day I get notices or requests to work with a family, and I'm like, you know, there's so many on waiting lists. Like, there's some families who've been on waiting lists for 2 years.
Wow.
And that's tragic when every moment counts. So it's really important that we're able to do something, and that's actually what I'm working towards right now. You know, being able to provide services virtually, because it is so key, because we can't be everywhere.
Jody, how about you? Because I know you have to be hands-on too, but you got to have some communication when you're not directly in front of your client, right?
Right. I think what really shifted the paradigm is the pandemic. And so a lot of people have to have their continuing education for whatever licensures they have, and we couldn't be face-to-face and you know, live and in person in that respect. So a lot of things went online. So a lot of things continue to go online. So you can research and teach classes and take classes and learn what's out there in all different facets now. I think that's huge. A lot of people are doing training on web.
Absolutely.
So, and working with online clients.
I know when the pandemic hit, my wife's business, Board 30, which is a fitness boutique, they went all digital. Like, they just They put all their resources into the website. They rented out all their equipment. It didn't fill the void, but it filled part of it because you couldn't have people in the studio, and that lasted a long time. So hey, more of that is good for me. And as a bartender, it doesn't really matter, but it does matter for all you, and that's all I really care about. So great to have you on the show, okay? Yeah. Until next time. All right, if you want to see these kind of conversations, go check out a ton of them at iwantabuzz.com. Until next time, stay safe and be cool out there, and we'll see you right here on The Horse's Mouth. Cheers. Born out of the bold city of the South, the Southern Grill has been a mainstay in Jacksonville's South Bank for 24 years. From sunup to sundown, Southern Grill serves up home-cooked meals daily. From breakfast to Southern-cooked barbecue, sandwiches, wraps, platters, and vegetarian options, the Southern Grill has you covered. At night, enjoy some live music at our full bar or catch this week's best college or NFL game with our NFL Sunday ticket. Dine in, to-go, delivery, or catering. Enjoy a taste of the South at the Southern Grill.
Feel a new level of comfort with underwear for men. Created for men with an active lifestyle and designed for sports, work, medical, and everyday wear. Underwear for Men has a special patented drawstring pouch which allows you to adjust the perfect custom fit around your manhood. It allows you the separation you need and the support you deserve. The drawstrings adjust to isolate and support. The mesh pouch cools and comforts. The tailored fit won't rubber chafe. A tagless plush waistband sized to fit a man's waist, and materials that are quick dry and moisture wicking. Underwear for Men is available in all your favorite styles and colors. In briefs, trunks, and 6-inch and 9-inch boxer briefs, and in your choice of cottony, extra cool, viscose, or polyester fabrics. Underwear for Men. Support your manhood.
From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, time once again for another edition of The Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV, at my bar, at Tommy Max, of course, and brought to you by our good friends at truckcrashlaw.com. We got a great show for you lined up today, and it's all about branding. Let's welcome the panel. Mike Breen is here.
Please.
How are you, from TBC International? Is that correct? What do you do, Mike?
I help companies locate from all over the world into the U.S.
Okay.
And U.S. companies looking to go into international locations.
Oh, no kidding. So a company that's looking to expand or move entirely, its headquarters, whatever, and have a satellite, whatever.
Yep, and it's all about branding.
No kidding. How long you been doing that for?
Oh, about 30 years. For 11 years, I was working as head of international for the Jack's USA Partnership.
Oh, really?
Chamber.
Oh, the USA Part. Yeah, no kidding. All right.
And had to brand Jacksonville.
Okay, that's great, man. Well, thanks for being here. We'll get back into branding for sure. Tony's here from Apple Rush. How you doing, Tone?
I'm doing great.
You got a nice little supply of little drinks here. What are we talking about?
Yeah, we manufacture some different products in the CBD, Kratom, Delta 8, Delta 9 beverage space. We develop products for people and our own products.
Okay.
So
how long? It's a year old, you said?
We started this in about 2016, actually.
Okay. You said you spent a lot of time and money on R&D before you even went to product launch.
Yeah, we've spent probably $1 million in research and development.
Yep.
We developed our own water-soluble products. We
Yep.
created our own water-soluble product for the CBD beverage
Yep.
and for our Kratom beverages and everything else.
Yep.
We're a small public company with a symbol APRU. So
yeah, sure.
It is.
It's all
pretty
about
exciting.
absorption in that game, isn't it? How the body absorbs it, how quickly it breaks it down. The water soluble is part of that, right?
It is.
Get into the system quicker.
If you have something that's water soluble, it digests through your liver.
Okay.
So it works like beer. Okay.
Yep.
If you have something that is just
like
an
that
oil
here.
and it goes through your system, through your digestive tract, it works way slower, way less absorption.
Okay.
So you want to be water soluble to get the best use. This gives you about 95% absorption.
Okay.
Under your tongue or something like that, it's 20%.
Oh, wow. That's a big difference. No doubt about it. Great having you on
Thanks.
the show. Adam Ball is here.
Oh, yeah.
Esquire Advertising,
Yes,
correct?
sir.
All
Pleasure.
right. How long have you been doing that for, man?
I'm pretty new. I've only been with the company for about 6 or 7 weeks.
Okay. All right. What did you do prior to that?
Yeah, so I played professional golf for 6 years.
Did you really?
I did,
right,
yeah.
dude.
So I chased the dream.
Nice.
So I did that. Played in South America for a little while, which was crazy.
That game drive you insane.
Yes, it will. Trust me. I'm
yeah,
well aware.
I bet.
I'm well aware.
Yeah.
But got into advertising. Actually met the owner of our company on vacation in Jamaica, and the power of networking.
Okay.
Just got in good with him.
What's your niche?
So we're really good at helping retail stores save money on their advertising. What we're able to do is we're able to extract out the perfect customer and advertise directly to them while eliminating all the waste.
Okay, that helps out a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of waste. You know, I just learned this on a franchise. There's a franchise here locally that I was talking to.
Okay.
And he told me his radio budget, and it blew me away. I'm like, are you out of your mind? Like, why would you spend that kind of money? He's like, we're kind of forced to. I'm like, you don't need to spend. I'm in radio. You don't need to spend that kind of money in the Jacksonville market.
I spent a little bit of time working for a home improvement company here locally.
Yeah.
And the amount of money that they spent on advertising in direct mail and magazines was astronomical.
Yeah.
And half of the people, well, probably more than half of the people they're advertising to they're not in the market for that product.
Yeah.
They're never even going to read the magazine.
It's more about having the right person putting out the right message for you.
Yes.
Well, great to have you on the show. Scott Wallers is back, River Place Capital Management. How are you, bud?
Doing well, sir. How about
you? Doing good? You having a good day?
Having a great day.
What do you guys, what's the pipeline like? Thick? It's got to be pretty thick. You guys been doing it for 25 years.
Yeah, it is. It's a pretty thick pipeline, but branding and awareness is always essential to us and getting our name out in the community because they're not going to come to you if they don't know who you are.
Right. And other than just advertising, I mean, you guys do a lot for the community as well. That's really important, isn't it?
That is a pillar to our firm, is giving back charitably to this community, serving on boards of nonprofit organizations, donating time and money back into this community is at the core of what we do.
Yeah, people, look, I've been in Jacksonville now 27 years, and we're a close-knit community. I mean, we care. It's every charity event I've ever been to, which I'm going to one tonight, the J Fund Wine Tasting Gala, which is going to be awesome. It is so well attended. I don't care what it's for. It's so well. I think we're a community that really cares.
We are, and it's great to be a part of that.
Well, good. Well, I'm glad you're part of the show as well. All right, well, let's talk about branding. Let's talk about the start of branding. All right, like when you're sitting there going, all right, this is my brand. This is how I'm going to get it out there, whether it's the logo or whatever. What do you start with? We'll start with you.
Well, basically, you start with who am I?
Okay, like a mission statement.
Yeah, and also, who's my target audience? And what makes me different than everyone else?
Right. How do you stand out?
Exactly.
You know, I'll tell you, this isn't about my life on this show, but I had a lifestyle thing called Suck It Up. And I thought it was for everybody. Like everybody, just suck it up. Look in the mirror. I should have just stuck to the physical fitness, to the gyms. Because in the gym, you have to suck it up if you're going to work out, right? But I thought, no, everybody. And it went nowhere. How about you, Tony? What do you say about that? Obviously, you got a brand right in front of you.
The keys to what we did in branding, we started with this. And if you look at it, it's Element Brands, and Element is like really small. I was talking to a good friend of mine, he's like, what is that? This is our old labeling. Our new labeling looks like this. Okay. So the E is much more pronounced, so people can see what it really is. And he's like, you got to market the E. You got to market that side of it, not the word element. You know.
Right.
So it was interesting. You know, you learn a lot along the way.
What's going to capture the audience, right? The consumer. Oh, wow! I got to check that out.
What can you display on a car? What can you display in a sign? You know, that people will remember. The big M from Monster is what makes Monster Monster. Right?
That's right.
The Red Bull, bull with the wings. It's what makes Red Bull. So
we used to call it the gut
marketing.
The E. That's the same thing for us. You know, we decided we have to make the E prominent, so our new labeling all has a very large E on it.
Right.
And we went from here to there.
And for you got to have the science to back it up.
You do.
You have to, or you don't. Obviously, the brand's not going to work. Right?
Absolutely. We created our own water-soluble layer by contacting one of the big food companies in the United States and saying, hey, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
And we didn't tell them it was in cannabinoids or anything, and they helped us through the whole thing and provided us with certain ingredients that we utilized and some of the technology, and then we've adapted it and made it work. Yeah. And it is amazing.
That's cool.
Really
Adam, how about with clients for you, man? I mean, that's
Yeah, so
branding's a big part, especially small business entrepreneurs.
It is. We work with a ton of small businesses. We're really large in the retail furniture space, which is it's a very competitive market. You need to know what your market is. Are you a high end? Are you middle range? Or are you at the bottom? And then you need to market yourself to those individuals. Yeah. I see it every day. So many people waste so much money on advertising, and it's sad. I'm like, you don't have to be this way. Right. You need to get your brand out there, and you need to get it out to the correct people.
It's got to be targeted.
It's all targeted.
Right. Like I was telling you that they were like on these radio stations. Nobody even heard of them. Like, why are you spending money on?
And advertising has changed so much. It goes from direct mail, and then it was kind of linear TV, and now it's streaming TV. Yeah. Less than 50% of Americans even have cable anymore. Yeah. So OTT, over-the-top advertising, is all streaming television. And we can get it really down to that one-to-one granular level, and it's really interesting stuff.
I want to ask you the final question: Is there too much when you focus on brand? Like it's too much, and people get turned off. Is there a point of that? Do you think?
Well, it's a balancing act because you want to be forward enough that when the issue that you do, what you sell, comes to that person's mind, you want to be top of mind. So for financial, wellness or for investment advisory services, we want to be top of mind, but we really build out our branding through our individual network, through trust, and really look to grow that as our brand is more trust and reputation. And then we can use that to advertise that way. But you can definitely go over the top by spending too much money.
Absolutely.
Very easily. And as a small business, for us, it's important to count every dollar. And that's going out to get the return back.
And you got to get that in, as we wrap up. You got to get that hook, right? Yeah. E.F. Hutton, we earn it. Remember that was commercials way back in the day? I don't know how that company ended up, but I remember those commercials. We were like, wow, and I go around saying it. E.F. Hutton, we earn it.
They got bought because they weren't performing up to that. But that's okay.
Yeah, but that branding obviously worked.
Like Scotch tape and Frigidaire.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Absolutely. Well, thanks everybody. Appreciate you being on the show. Absolutely. All right, awesome job. Hey, if you like these kind of conversations, check out more at iwannabuzz.com. So until next time, stay safe and be cool out there. We'll see you right here on The Horse's Mouth. Cheers.
From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, time once again for The Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV. At my bar at Tommy Max. We're talking art, we're talking business, we're talking surviving hurricanes through window placement and everything else at my bar. Brought to you by our good friends at truckcrashlaw.com. Let's welcome in the panel. Ron Rothberg is here. How are you, my friend?
Good. How are you, Tom?
All right, tell me about your business, man. You're in the art world, right? In the art industry. You've got a bunch of electric bikes and artists put their art on and you go to different various parts of the city and tell stories. It's very fascinating. What are you doing, Ron?
That's it, ladies and gentlemen.
Is that it?
Yeah,
Oh my God, it's over.
Art Bikes Jacks is a fleet of electric bikes. Had local artists paint them. We do tours through the historic neighborhoods. It's interesting when you understand the history around us because it's fascinating history in Jacksonville.
No doubt.
The neighborhoods, the architecture, the parks, and then the incredible international collection of murals. So
yeah, absolutely.
We're having a good time with it, man, and you got to come for a ride.
I would love to.
And you would get no exercise.
Yeah, that's all right.
So that's good. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Take a break, right?
Well, it's the great equalizer. I had somebody out there that was riding that was 75 years old the other day. So it's great. Grandparents riding with their grandkids. It's awesome.
How long have you been doing this for, Ron?
Less than 2 years.
Okay.
So
how'd you get into it? Just out of curiosity.
Great question.
I had that's what us bartenders come up with,
in Avondale. Okay. We had a house painted, a mural painted on our fence in Avondale. It was Swan Dive, the mural. Okay. And I understood through that process how people could connect to public art. I started learning more about the public art collection we had in town, and I walked into my friend who owned a bike shop, and he had an electric bike, and I said, that's it. This is what I want to do. And then the whole part about, artists painting the bikes just came as just a hook in it. We got such a great diverse lineup of local artists to participate.
That's
so
cool.
I'm really proud that we have something for everyone as they get on the bike.
Absolutely. Brent Durbin's back. How are you, Brent?
Absolutely. Doing well. Thanks for having me.
How's things? Everything good?
Yeah, we're great.
You heard me in the open talking a little bit of the hurricane protection, right? I mean, that's what you're into, big time.
That's it. That's the bulk of our business at this point. So yeah, it's First Coast Hurricane Shutters. We're currently rebranding around some other products and things that we offer.
Like what? Can you tell?
Perfect. Yeah. So we do a ton of retractable screen installations.
Okay.
So you can do these for insects. You can do it for sun, shade, privacy. Vinyl for
no seams.
Really?
You can block out the no seams.
Yeah, you can. Absolutely.
I was getting attacked last night. Actually.
Well, we'll talk after the show here.
Yeah,
for
cool.
sure. Yeah, but it's so cool. I mean, we can make this thing. You can push a button on your phone, and the screens can drop down.
Okay.
We also do a ton of the roll down doors. We're aluminum shutters.
Okay.
So kind of think of like a doomsday prepper, right? So that type of install is really kind of right up our alley.
So when you say rebrand, are you just adding, or are you really rebrand? You're just adding to the brand?
Yeah. So more or less adding than anything. We're going to continue to focus on hurricane protection, but it is a very small niche market, and we found that there's just other opportunities. Our customers were asking us to help with other projects, and so we thought this is the next step for us. So
awesome.
It's really exciting.
All right, Ron, how about you? What branding, man? It's got to be pretty important in your line of work. What's your take?
Well, my take is reviews. I want other people to tell my story for me. I think that the best...
Like Yelp? Or what are you talking about? Or where do you get most?
Google and TripAdvisor. So we're on TripAdvisor
cool.
and we're on Google. Those are the two things. Because if you go to a different city or you're traveling, where do you go? You go to TripAdvisor.
Yep.
I don't need to tell my story if somebody can tell it for me. And I believe that that's how branding is really taken to the next level. You got to have a brand for your name of your business. You have to believe and have your mission. But when other people tell your story for you, that's the best.
Big time. Well, especially in that line of work, right? Or both your lines of work, really, pretty much anything.
It's not work.
Yeah.
No, right.
This job very tough.
Honey, I'm home.
Drinking a Coors Light here.
Exactly. Talking about branding.
Yeah, no, but I think that one of the things I really tried hard to do, I had these postcards that I made, QR codes on the back, and at the end of the ride, I just give it to them and say, hey, man, if you enjoyed yourself, tell somebody else.
Yeah, sure.
And it's worked, and we've got a lot of Google reviews, we've got a lot of TripAdvisor reviews, and it's great because that brings more people. And I don't know if you've noticed, but people are coming from Jacksonville like crazy.
All right, where's your next event? You have the last word on that. What's your next
we
event?
have our next event is this damn pedestrian bridge that's about to open that connects San Marco and Avondale. Our bikes are in Avondale right now at Tucker Cycles in the shops of Avondale. We also have bikes in San Marco right here at Definition Fitness on the square. So
awesome.
Once that pedestrian bridge opens, we have a whole new strategy and a plan, and we're partnering with Visit Jacksonville on a couple of things. So all kinds of great stuff on the horizon.
Oh, good. Best of luck with that, man. Thank you guys for being on the show.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. All righty. Hey, if you like these kind of conversations, you can see plenty more at iwanttabuzz.com. So until next time, stay safe and be cool out there. And we'll see you right here on The Horse's Mouth. Cheers.
Feel a new level of comfort with underwear for men. Created for men with an active lifestyle and designed for sports, work, medical, and everyday wear. Underwear for Men has a special patented drawstring pouch which allows you to adjust the perfect custom fit around your manhood. It allows you the separation you need and the support you deserve. The drawstrings adjust to isolate and support. The mesh pouch cools and comforts. The tailored fit won't rubber chafe. A tagless plush waistband sized to fit a man's waist, and materials that are quick dry and moisture wicking. Underwear for Men is available in all your favorite styles and colors. In briefs, trunks, and 6-inch and 9-inch boxer briefs, and in your choice of cottony, extra cool, viscose, or polyester fabrics. Underwear for Men. Support your manhood.